That's not happening.
Sorry, I just created a character sheet for Roll20, and this is the name it gave it.
What's Slucken?
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa there.
What's his deal?
Listen, you
That's
can
not
take me
the
to dinner
name
first.
of the person. That's the name that came with the character sheet.
No.
You need to keep that.
Where is
I
What's
like
Slucken?
Okay,
He's
no,
canon
that
now.
really works for the character I'm giving it to.
Oh, it really works for good old Woof. Woof's looking.
Oh yeah.
I like eagerness, but that's a bit too far.
You last left off at the library. It is late, and the librarian said he'd get back to you in the morning.
Right.
And then the banjo starts.
We didn't do introductions today. We
Oh,
just
yeah,
said we're
sorry.
a bunch.
Introduce us.
Yeah.
Start with TGO.
So we once again enter Eulea with Logan, the Mad Titan, played by Jazai.
I was so certain he was going to show us his butt.
Oh yeah. That's
Sef,
next week. It's fine.
the diminutive champion we need, going up the Mad Titan's butt,
Yes. Yes.
entering all kinds of orifices to take him out from the inside.
Oh god, he's touching his eye. Oh,
We have Aahi, the
eyeball licker.
I really can't make a Marvel comparison to that. So, whatever. You can.
Just
be-
make him Hawkeye. You can be Hawkeye.
Oh, I want to be the sentry. I will be that meth head, or I'll be nothing.
Well, you have it there. That's Aahi. We also have Luna, who I presume is a sort of Gamora-esque.
Color witch?
Maybe.
Don't even know.
Either way,
I'm not
Luna's
sure
there
if I'm
too to bring a
influenced.
weird form of sanity which doesn't make any sense.
I guess she's Vision.
Question: if Thanos is purple, is he just one of the enemies from last chapter?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So-
there's a normal blue Thanos, but I killed him in the real world because he was blue.
Man.
Wait,
You're
Luna's
not-
just Kree.
Okay, is it just before we start? All I can think of every time I hear Kree is Jafar.
Jafar.
Kree.
I mean, I just put a G behind it, and then my mind goes to, oh shit, it's Greek.
Oh shit, it's Greek. So the party has left the library.
Where do we go, guys? Do we hit a bar? Do we luck roll? Do we luck roll? Yeah, that sums about the will saves up from before. And do we head back to the Red Ogre? We have witches that only operate at night that we should go to.
You don't want to mess with the witches who only operate at night.
You haven't asked enough questions. Like we know a lot about the situation and what's happened, but not really enough.
You don't have a motive.
Oh,
You still barely have any information on how the murder happened.
With a knife! Lots of stabbing.
I feel like the weird undead dragon thing was really substantial, but we really didn't learn anything from it.
Alright, do we want to see if we can meet up with Rawback, Silius, and freaking Dude Mech Buttface?
Do
also
you know
known
where
as-
they are?
I mean, we know that Silius has... We know that Miss Rawback and Silius have both met up with Squin in the Red Ogre. So maybe we can find the lead there.
We could go talk to my family.
Are you chain smoking, Aahi?
No, I just don't want to say it loudly. Hoping that you guys won't hear it.
Do you think it'll help?
Well, there were definitely two witches intrinsically involved in what's his face?
Murder of Masic?
Masic's operation. One of which was in the pub.
I don't think I ever got her name.
That's a good
Her name
thing.
was the one in the pub. Was wait for it. I will. Telda. That was Telda. No, not Telda. Sorry. Tilda. Tilda Minehund. I knew it was something like that, but there's Telda Rawback and Tilda Minehund. But yeah. The other witch involved is in one of these notes.
Telda? Telda Mindhund or something?
Yeah, so we met her.
Is Senna a witch? Senna Mulhausen?
Sana. Sana is the financier of the
Yeah.
research project.
Yeah, no, she might be, but I didn't fix it.
Okay. I mean, we know that Lida was involved with the witches, who's the barkeep at Red's.
I believe the other witch you were looking
I
for
don't
is
think
Maida Sinclair,
you do know
by
that.
the way.
Maida Sinclair, who is the leader of all the covens in this city?
All the city's covens, yes.
Yeah. So,
In the name
You
of
know.
the Witch Queen.
ideally, we won't get on her bad side, but it would be a good idea to work out what the hell her interest in all this was,
Alright.
especially as she seemed to be supplying something to the experiments, but the supply was stopped not long before his death.
How mysterious.
I mean, if we go to the witch, should we bring a gift? Is it safe to go at night? Should we go in the morning?
But if we're going to my witches, then we'll just go.
Then what are we waiting
I mean, I don't think they'd say no to a gift.
I don't
You
see
are
any
their
harm
gift.
in it.
Oh, wait, no. I'm not staying.
I mean, is it safe to bring
Alternatively,
Sef
we
along?
can. Well, let's see. Tilda
I
doesn't
wouldn't
have a
be.
coven, as far as I know,
No
because
one
she's
would
kind
dare.
of a rogue.
No one would even dare be in a coven with
Yeah.
Tilda.
She kind of constantly threatens people, which is not conducive to good ritual magic. And yeah, what was her name? Sorry, the big witch,
Maida Sinclair.
Maida.
Maida Sinclair.
Maida. Yeah, Maida is above the coven system. Well, she does have a coven, but we're not going to that coven.
Okay, so
She's
you
in
would
a
not be
coven
able to.
with the Witch Queen, technically.
Yeah, she's in a coven that sort of has a national level of power, like international level of power.
It's
So,
going to be
you know,
hard to get a audience with her.
I don't really want an audience with her. I'm just going to say we pump the one coven leader that we have access to for information.
Like, if you go too far up, you also won't find out much. Like, a lot of this seems to be very, at least, closely knit with the community?
Hmm.
I don't feel like we'd learn much from someone very high up.
No, Maida definitely had like direct contact with him.
Yeah, Maida. Let's see, Maida. There was a letter on the desk of the victim from Maida, which stated future shipments have been seized.
Yes.
Which means at one point Maida did get involved in some way.
So, Aahi, would it be safe for Sef to tag along to this, or?
I mean, sure. Seth, you don't have anything against worshipping, spirit deities, right? Like, just as a general principle.
I mean, wait, are they like...
Spirit
recognizing
gods
gods
are
are-
the equivalent to, like, old superstitions.
Except,
They're
they
pagans.
have power.
Yeah, just think of it as paganism, and the Empire did basically supersede it.
But it still works because it's intrinsic to the
Yeah.
planet.
It's a little bit old-fashioned, and the Empire doesn't encourage it.
Oh,
Oh, it's not
you're
actually
going to be really
outlawed in
fucking
the
smug
Empire.
about it. We're not in
But-
the Empire.
This is from Seth's perspective.
Alright.
But
You know
on
what?
the other
If
hand,
it's not directly conflicting with...
As long as you guys are not sacrificing
Emperor.
babies in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh
not
no,
it.
that's not us. That's Maida's
that's Maida's
coven.
No,
Yeah.
if you'd be thinking about it, you would just see it as like backwards primitives.
Rude.
Bit behind. Alright, got it.
Well, for one thing, the gods you worship don't need power from their worshippers.
They just have power.
They just have power.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
mean, the god that my coven worships doesn't really need power from us.
That's because
We worship
it's
the ocean.
very easy to believe in.
I mean, the
ocean.
Oshen.
I have no problems.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, don't like worship the emperor like too loudly.
And don't leave town.
Yeah, don't leave town. Also, tell the emperor don't leave town.
Listen,
Bitch,
He's in
come
town.
up here and tell me yourself!
I've gathered at this
That's really
point
creepy.
that at least wearing your beliefs out in the open can be an unfortunate situation. I know that I believe in them. All I need to know.
Are you sure you know?
All right,
Yes.
and when we get in there, don't wear shoes.
What?
The thing.
Okay.
We don't wear shoes.
It's mainly because it gets very damp and they don't want you tracking all of
And
that inside.
sandy. You don't want sand in your shoes.
They don't want it in their houses either.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I don't know, it's quite fine, but it does get everywhere.
So, for the evening then, will you just be following Aahi down the
to
paths?
dark alleys. Yes.
Not dark
Aahi.
alley, it's on the seafront.
You remember the path quite clearly. There are two notable ways into the caves underneath Oshen. One is by leaving out the gates and approaching from the outside, but that's ill-advised, especially late at night.
I mean, it's fine if you can survive underwater.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then we would leave town.
The second
Oh, yeah.
and
We
more
can't leave town.
secretive way, especially since your coven was particularly noted for being one of the major smuggling routes in and out, which is coincidentally also how you got out so easily.
True.
There is a pathway up to the city through the local sort of black market deal.
Okay, so we are going into sketchy alleyways.
You are going to sketchy alleyways. There is a hatch down there that looks like it leads to the sewer, but it in fact is a separate part of it which heads straight down to the caverns underneath the city.
Okay,
Is
yeah.
this
I'll
where
lead them
we take off
into
our shoes?
the back areas of Sector
5.
3, I guess. 5?
Oh
I
wait,
thought
yeah.
5 was sort of central city.
Oh yeah. Five is where you're
Where the reactors
researching, but that's not the sector you came from. Yes, you have to go to another sector, which means you need to get the train.
Oh man. We have vehicle passes.
Wait a sec.
This
I
is
just
a
been
shame.
reading
Public
something that makes
transport
me
is
less
free.
than keen to be on a train.
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
man.
that's beautiful.
Utopia.
Who doesn't want to get on a
Like-
train?
I don't, because I've been reading The Dark Tower.
These
And the
trains are
trading that
perfect.
tries to kill them.
Like Luxembourg.
You take the train to sector.
Luxembourg trains tried to kill people?
You arrive there within about 20 minutes because the train is very fast,
Okay.
and there was
I
not
mean,
much of a wait for it.
That
rather.
would suggest it's a huge city still.
Oh yeah, no,
But
it's a
it-
mega city. It's got a population of over 100 million. And you lead them to the nice little secret entrance, which people will obviously not really notice until you point it out.
Yeah.
Not just because it's well hidden, but also because the witches have spent a lot of time making sure it remains unnoticed. And they're witches.
Apathy field type thing.
It's
That's
what they're
per
good at.
Torchwood.
And you climb down the ladder. It is a long way until you reach solid rock. And in the distance, you can see a small fire.
Okay, guys, shoes off.
Okay, this is Wait, this is Insight already?
I mean, this is our territory.
On Snuffles. Snuffles isn't wearing shoes.
But I'm not wearing shoes. I never wear shoes.
Hang on,
I'm
Snuffles.
surprised that hasn't come up yet.
I mean,
I've been wearing shoes this entire time?
So you take your shoes
Um,
off. You can
I went
approach
for
the
a
fire if
sewer
you want.
earlier.
I mean,
Oh, geez, it's almost like I know prestidigitation. I
And-
prestidigitate the sewage off my
Stood on
feet.
glass.
Blast it everywhere.
As you approach the fire, Aahi is very well prepared to be challenged the moment you come into sight. Everyone else, on the other hand, is probably surprised when someone yells, "Halt! Who dares approach the blood... what did he call it? The bloodied shore."
what now?
Um,
The fuck you call me?
You're approaching from the bottom end.
A
A figure Aahi does not recognize stands
Wait.
before you.
You asking me who's approaching? Who the hell are you?
Oh no, you don't get to ask the questions here.
You don't get to stay conscious like a slumber.
Combat has started. Oh god.
Is this a
Red
normal greeting?
I
like
don't know, I
no
don't know
child
who
life.
she is.
How-
Is it
Granted,
part
I
of
probably
Coven
could
now?
have identified myself.
And she goes straight up down.
Oh, it worked.
I'm going to
You can see
wander
the map,
over and-
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want us on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
I'm going to
approaching.
wander over and check if
Oh.
she's there.
Oh.
You're all in water.
I mean, this may
You
have
had
been
to
like
wade.
ankle
You did
deep.
have to wade. It's ankle deep around here. But it is connected to the currents, and the sounds of the ocean can be heard.
Ankle deep. Ankle deep, I'm fucked.
You're on Snuffles. Wait,
Yeah.
no,
Do you
Snuffles.
need me to pick you up?
Snuffles
I
could
can
not
water
have got.
breathe you.
I will
Snuffles
advise
is
that
paddling.
neither Meteor nor Snuffles could have made it down that passageway.
Okay.
Really?
Well, unless Snuffles knows how to climb a ladder.
I mean, we could have carried Snuffles.
Smart. He could have figured it out.
Yeah, you want to get
Yeah.
something bigger in here, you have to approach from the seaside entrance.
Fine, okay.
Wait,
Well, the
couldn't
dramatic
you just
music's
like-
a bit wasted since the figure's asleep.
I guess I am not
Wait,
wearing
it's
shoes.
My.
you could have
That
lowered some of
feels
the rope.
entirely unnecessary. A figure
you know the-
steps forward.
Is it?
But still, who are you? I was
I-
not expecting any customers.
I am a daughter of the bloodied shore. Who are you, purple man?
Ah! He bows his head respectfully. My apologies, I was unaware. I had assumed I had met all of the Coven. Although I do find it strange you
irregular.
put one of your Coven members to sleep?
She does this to
She
everyone
seems to be
we
new.
meet,
It's,
friend or not.
I don't know about friend. I've never met her. She must be new.
Oh. Are you Aahi?
Oh great, she has a reputation of putting people to sleep.
Maybe.
Ah, that makes sense. They often spoke of a member who vanished.
I mean, I left a note.
Yes.
Granted, it's very damp in here, so it might have dissolved.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm changing the name on it now because I'm going to show it on the character sheet.
Oh, so it's a fake name.
Wait.
Well, he was just known as Smuggler
Well, it's
Contact
not-
before now.
Oh, so that's his
Oh.
name.
Oh,
It's not Wav
Name is
Sluckum.
Smuggler
We know
Contact.
that. Are you
that's
sure it's not Wav Sluckum?
Definitely. I am Escarfolis.
Escargot.
I am
Why are you
the trader down here.
Ah, the smuggler.
Isn't
I
the season
prefer
for purple
trader.
or something?
Smuggler. Wait,
Let's keep it as trader.
so how
That
has
young lady
business
over there.
been?
Oh, and I'm going to introduce her with her name as well because she's no
Well,
longer
fuck 'em.
witch apprentice.
Oh, the one on the floor. Wait, is that person in the background wearing power armor?
Yeah, I'll show you him in a minute.
He is called
Should have
guard
tried
number one.
to get some working power armor whilst we were raiding the order.
And that over there is Miss Barsam. She's the youngest member of the Coven. And in the background, you can also see.
And your
Please, Mr.
other friend?
Oh, I don't divulge the identities of my customers.
That power armor looks sort of Desmeri.
Probably has some inspiration.
So how's business been in your trading? I hear things have been a bit.
Awful
slow
since
lately.
Madame Sinclair started poking her nose into things. Should I go call the rest of your coven over since you've knocked out the watch lady?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see you again.
I'll wake
Logan,
that up.
don't poke it.
The figure is passively, as he heads off, the warrior figure is passively watching you. His face completely masked. You can't actually get a read on this person.
So, this watery bit, is it literally just like open sea?
It leads out through a cave mouth into the ocean. And in fact, you can see, if you peer over the rocky outcrop, which seems to shield this entire area, the ocean out in the distance.
So is there like any light coming in from that area? Just like
No. However, now you're here, you can see. Well, Aahi could always see. But
Yeah.
as the figure walks towards it, you suddenly become aware of a series of buildings hidden in the back. and what looked like a cove with a fire, some beds and crates now gives way to what appears to be a small settlement.
Oh, that's the inside part you were talking about.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Don't live in a cave just on the bare rock.
The purple
Not
man.
Savages.
Purple Man has walked off to get the
Ah.
rest of the cover.
Ugh, purple man. Hang out with him.
So you've got the
Oh,
unconscious apprentice and
I'm gonna.
the warrior
you know what?
who is sitting there now.
I'm gonna just nudge the person awake.
Hello.
What happened?
You received a lesson.
What?
Now, a big chunk of rock fell from the ceiling onto your
Ah!
head.
Jit darts back, grabs her staff, and readies it. I
This
don't
is
know what
Aahi
you
here's
did
the
to
light.
me.
You're a witch. What kind of witch uses a staff?
Maybe she's actually a wizard.
Ooh. I've often thought we should branch out.
I mean, so is witch like a title,
Alright,
or is it?
I don't
more like
care
a profession?
how many you are, what you're doing. I'll take you all on if you want to harm this place.
I like her.
You really like fighting.
Yeah.
How long have you been waiting here?
I'm on watch!
No, I'm
Logan
not talking
is-
to you.
Logan
Please.
is
He's
Come on.
trying
trying to
to
make
flirt
chit
with the
chat
unknown
with
warrior.
the random dude.
What was the name we were given for her? Barsom.
I just.
That's it.
I'll be honest.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
Mel
written
Bar-
down in the notes as
I'm-
Apprentice Witch number 1.
Yeah.
So, Nell,
How do you
how long
know
have
my-
you been with the Coven?
4 months now. Wait, why should I tell you that? Wait, I already told you that. No! Stop being so tricksy!
But tricksiness is a required trait of a good witch. Maybe you should try being more tricksy.
I don't know who you are.
This one seems so much less intimidating than the other witch we met, Aahi.
She's an apprentice.
Well, yeah, but Hilda's a bit of a special case.
The guards
She,
really have
she
gone.
really enjoys just murdering people.
But really have gone down in quality, haven't they? Like, man, how can you buy your illegal stuff in this sort of joint?
At this point, two much more familiar figures come back with Eskar. Well, familiar to Aahi.
Well, Sluckham!
Fuck's
Purple man.
sake, that just
I beg your
ruins
pardon?
all tension. The first one we all know and love.
Yes.
Fucking-
That seriously sounds like some awful prostitute's name.
Look, how she chooses to ply her trade is none of your business, Luna.
In her
Don't make
defense,
Cow!
it occurs to me that I should have done this the other way round. That she has the blood in her hand because there is a blood witch archetype for half-orcs.
She's clearly
The
not a half
half-orc?
but yes.
No,
What are
no,
those giant
she-
fucking horns?
The
she's
other
a
one is a
tiefling.
half-orc.
The other one's a half-orc.
Yeah.
The first one you'll recognise was a witch who was trained alongside you, Aahi.
Oh, is it Wolf's looking?
Yes. Which is perhaps not surprising,
she-
given you will have
she's
similar lifespans.
My sister, technically.
Essentially. The
Don't laugh at her name. She's called Wolf.
and
Does
this
not
was
seem
your
like a half
teacher.
either.
Hello.
However, it even says orc female underneath. That's not a half at all.
She's
Yeah,
the
that-
copyright.
Yeah,
I never said she was.
Nobody
half.
look at it. Nobody
said-
scroll down.
Yeah, no copyright. It's fine.
Shut up.
Don't worry. They might be a bit angry, but I'll smooth things over. What ho,
well,
sisters?
well.
Oh, we're doomed.
I'm not going to be able to smooth this over. They're
What
very angry.
brings you crawling back here?
I'm not crawling. I'm And he's not crawling either. He's just short.
You will be if you keep that attitude up.
Sounds like a challenge to me. Wait, no, I don't want to fight you guys.
I'm surprised she hasn't casted slumber yet.
She knows fucking
That
better.
won't work. It might work on WoW. She's always been a bit of a pushover.
I'm just
No
waiting for it
offense.
at this point.
But
What
yeah,
do
it's
you
okay.
have to
It's-
say for yourself?
Tangled coins on green.
I'm back. I don't know.
You hear, in the background, the aforementioned Blood Witch snicker.
Well, I mean,
You know what
I
happens now.
am not going to apologize.
You must know what happens next, though.
No, no.
She
Gonna try
grabs
to
your
Luna,
two
catch me.
arms. Arms either side, on your shoulders. And then you get pulled into a massive orc crush hug.
Yay!
You,
I will return the hug
you get lifted off your feet,
enthusiastically. As enthusiastically as I can midair.
and she lets out a raucous laugh.
Assume that's somewhere between a cackle and a
Yes.
orc laugh. Which sounds terrifying now, think about
I
it.
don't have anything like just sort of generally nice as music goes. I need to go find that.
I can't hear the music.
That's because I've not found a good one. What's this one?
I couldn't hear the last track, to be honest. It was very quiet. But,
Alright, this
User
sounds
joined your
decent enough.
channel.
And
Cool pick.
welcome back. After a while, she puts you back down and says, "Well, you could have bloody written you were coming here."
I mean, I didn't actually know I was specifically coming here. Granted, I have been in the city for 5 months, but
You have written in general.
What have you been doing these past months?
She
years.
killed Dracula.
We killed Dracula. Here is Dracula. Wait, no, hat.
I like to
I-
imagine that she poured out a entirely unrelated pot of just ash.
I don't have any other ashes. I have a lot of other jars of remains,
Oh! Yes. Have
Actually,
you
good.
met your sister yet?
though. You mean Nell?
Yes.
Yeah, she seems cool. Definitely feisty.
Well, you're lucky you've come right now. Maida left only a few days ago.
Yeah, I would call that lucky, not meeting her.
I call it lucky that she's not here anymore, but hey. Are you all hungry? Okay, who are you people?
Okay, so that's Luna. She has lived many times but doesn't understand childbirth.
I'm a
Also, she
druid,
used to
of
be
course I
a
understand
necromancer
childbirth.
and also helped turn the Emperor into a god, so that's pretty cool. Logan, he says he's from the Lost Continent. No one believes him.
The figure
And-
next to Logan looks at him like... Fucking no.
And pretty sure he's
brought
got
my
some
plus
kind
one
of
along.
archdevil up in his guts. And this is Sef. He's
Yeah.
a
Tiny.
paladin of the Emperor, but we don't hold that against him.
Salutations!
And presumably when he gets hit, this is...
There's
This is
someone climbing
Siegfried.
down that ladder there.
Right,
I'm not
right.
sure about him, but he makes
He is
he
a
makes a
doctor.
mean potion, so... He should fit in with us.
Oh, there he is.
That everyone? Yeah, that's everyone.
Well, Well, you must tell me what you've been up to.
Oh no, there's multiple.
Oh, 2. Over dinner, I think.
Yes.
I suppose we.
Although, in
haven't
all
eaten
seriousness, really a note? Really?
I mean, I didn't know how to cast message at that time.
I should know she's not the most sensible.
Yeah, we always figured you wouldn't stick around for too long.
But I came back. Ooh, also, I'm officially a researcher now.
I don't think it's official, but self-declared.
I mean, I have a.
Alright,
I
you
have
love your
this.
casting.
I have my pass.
Anyway, she starts leading you back to the houses and structures. Well, Nell notably glares at you.
I'm gonna blow her a kiss.
You hear another
Not,
snicker
not
from your
like
sister.
romantically, just cheekily.
Sarcastically.
Well, pal, seeing how you already met us, why don't you come along?
You
Yeah.
tried to bring the power armored,
He
probably
is our
very
new friend!
illegal.
Oh, he's
He
not.
is our friend!
Don't even know him. He hasn't even said anything to you, and you've been standing there trying to make chit chat for 5 minutes.
He has
fucking
just
He is-
been ignoring you.
He is still bearing with me. That's a whole lot more than most people do.
He hasn't walked away.
Yeah,
He
clearly he's
can't.
enjoying it.
He is socially trapped. He can't leave. He's got work to do.
You know, mate, I got a drink that even the Emperor got drunk on.
Anyway,
Don't drink on the job.
TGO, we're at Aahi's home.
It's fine, you can have apple juice.
You head
He's surrounded by
off.
smugglers and witches.
This is exactly what's happening. So, now you will go have a meal and catch up with the witches. You can ask them any questions, but
Not over dinner.
it's fairly
Yeah, we'll wait until
apparent
after dinner.
that these witches are probably
Ranky.
nicer than most.
Oh.
I'm going to
Man,
try
Aahi,
and
why'd you
slyly
do
ask
this?
what. So where's Mum?
You go over to which one, sorry?
What? And yeah, asking her, where's Mum?
Oh, she's out doing something very secret. That's why we've got Iseka out on her own training us. Well, training the
Idea
new.
when she'll be back.
Not a clue. Something to do with Sinclair.
Oh, crap. Okay,
Anyway.
yeah, let's have dinner.
So, unless there's something you want to particularly ask or do during dinner, like check for poison, it is a witch's coven.
Not during dinner.
Or after dinner. You'll find there's
Can I
actually.
wear shoes?
Oh yeah, no, I was lying.
Yeah, no, they don't care.
Oh, I got something to ask.
I mean, I am wearing shoes.
It's a stone cave.
I
There's
can
no
just
sand
generate
here.
them from anything. I have the sleeves of many garments.
So, I'm sure you guys have many, but how about you share some embarrassing stories from Aahi's childhood?
Have you
I think
heard
you'll
what,
find
how she
that I
thinks
am-
children are born?
Oh,
Luna may have. I haven't. But please share.
Aahi's thoughts on the matter are interesting.
They just kind of get spit out of the sea or something in her mind.
you lay an egg, and then the male comes along to fertilize it in the water.
Is that a blue people thing?
No.
It's everyone, right?
That's not an anybody people thing.
I think it's like a turtle
like-
thing or
yeah,
a
like
fish thing.
Lizard folk, maybe? Hey, people.
How did you never disabuse her of the fact that that's not true?
At this point,
It isn't.
can we
I mean,
change
that would
her
explain
name?
why I've never laid an egg.
No, she's
Please.
named Woof.
I don't want to
Woof
call her
is
Woof
Give her
Slughorn.
a first name and make Woof her middle name.
I was looking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's her name?
Woof
Bob
Slucky.
Slucken.
Well, that's just a horrible nickname. It's
I-
been placed on
I would
don't-
like it the most if she
onto-
could not say M as well when she introduces herself, so it's just I Woof Slucken.
I don't like that name either, actually.
It was the randomly generated name when he created the character sheet.
She's Kess
Yes,
now.
but do we all remember the name of the creator of the last universe?
Larry Butts, yeah.
No, the name of the creator, which was also, what was that? Wasn't that a random name?
Cockjoust?
Yeah,
Cock-
that was his
Cock
name.
joust.
Fuck joust.
Oh yeah.
Cockjoust, Larry Butts, and Woof Slucken.
I mean, we've also got to remember our dear friend, Roarback.
Yeah, and Duty.
Yes. Okay, so she's Kestaria Wudslucken, or Kess.
Yeah. Kess nudges Luna and goes, "Yeah, I'm the one who called her that."
And
Anyway, the dinner is interesting, to say the least. For one thing, the witches get a very wide range of food, but not consistently. Due to the smuggling routes. So,
A nightmare.
Are we eating anything exotic?
yes.
Oh shit.
Divine beast meat!
It's good for your innards. Wait, no, it's awful for your innards, but it's really tasty.
Calories.
Yeah, you're gonna want to eat it, then vomit it.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll already have absorbed the nutrients once it got to your stomach. Well, enough.
You
of
really
the
need to get
nutrients.
it out of you before it starts to absorb you.
Yeah.
Wait, can we turn into divine beasts partially?
No,
No. That's-
it'll just devour your stomach and you'll die.
The dead cooked meat devours my stomach.
And afterwards, obviously, Purple Guy and the Warrior do not join you as the guy goes back to buying stuff from the Purple Guy.
What are they buying and selling?
Do you want to try and listen in?
Yes. He's my friend. I
Are
need
you
to know if he's
going
doing
to
something
just stand
responsible.
there?
I have a very warped sense of friends.
So getting shanked by this guy.
You need to roll a perception. No. No.
Teddy bears! And what now?
Teddy bears with time bombs. Ha!
My god. Gonna blow up an orphanage. This truly is the underbelly of society. I need to notify Seth right now.
And you're all having a fantastic evening. Ish.
What?
Gonna blow up an orphanage.
Listen, my feet are wet and sandy. I'm not gonna listen to another stupid lie.
You're not even sure where the sand came from. It's all rocks here, but somehow.
That's
Anyway.
ages.
It is
Normal
after dinner,
again. Weird
and
crystally.
you are quite relaxed now. This went from an awkward meeting to actually quite a pleasant evening.
Okay, now question them. Question them brutally.
I mean, like, about. Can we talk about Maida with them? Can we talk about
Yeah,
Hilda
yeah,
with them?
just, don't, like, actively talk about turning against Maida or anything. He is more than capable of killing all of us, or more to the point, making us kill each other. Also, she eats babies,
That's
but
what the
only
Teddy bear time bombs were
only
for.
like the arms.
What are you all muttering about over there?
Nothing. Tell me what Maida wanted.
Ugh, what doesn't
Please.
she want?
What's she been up to recently? I
She-
hear she's been,
She just turned up and demanded we stop all shipments. And then started looking through everything.
for anything specifically?
Not that I know.
That why you've got so much cargo just piling up?
Yeah. can't even shift it at this point because we're not allowed to get rid of anything.
And she didn't seem to find what she was looking for.
Not that I know.
Do you know if she was, like, directing any specific shipments to her own interests before?
She had an order, but not for anything unusual.
Yeah. You know, we can do unusual things with anything, really.
Just some, like, body parts, I think it was.
Body parts from what?
Didn't seem to care.
Just all sorts of things? Okay. Yeah, that is pretty normal.
Does she have any business partners?
I don't ask who Maida's business partners are.
Yeah, stay clear of that. Have you seen Tilda down here recently?
Tilda?
Yeah.
Why would she come down here? She likes the sort of rich and fancy types, not these, like, sort of
Dwelling.
scummy criminal types. No,
You mean
take
fine,
offense to
upstanding
that.
citizens.
Well, stop listening at the window then.
Stop doing crimes! Or don't, we need the money.
I just don't know what's going on. She just came in here like they've left us alone for how long now? I've never seen them interfere this much. Something is going on. And then they like give special dispensation to that one guy out there? Like, why is he allowed
Really?
to trade, but not anyone else?
What does he trade in, like, primarily?
Oh, he's a bounty hunter.
Does he work
Wait,
with
Escar
knives?
is
Oh,
the
no,
bounty
no,
hunter.
the other guy.
My friend.
So why does he need smuggling?
What, the other guy?
Yeah, the unknown warrior, the bounty hunter
I don't know what he's buying. I think he's getting, like, weapons and stuff.
from Escar.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
other trades that happen,
Not sure what
are
happened
they
yet.
the same as this out there, where it's just up front?
What do you mean? She seems wary about a paladin asking questions like these.
It's all very, very horrible. It's like, I mean, none of this was taken. Delivered the right word? I mean, would anybody that was doing any trading have to have come down here to do it, or would it have been done in other places?
Do you guys deliver?
We usually ship it up. This is just a waypoint.
But nothing's been shipped lately.
No?
So people who want to trade have had to come down here.
Yeah,
Is
and
there a
only that
specific
guy.
reason as to why the shipping has stopped?
Sinclair said to stop it.
Any idea where she's
And now she's got
taking up residence lately?
I heard in like Sector 0.
What do I know about Sector 0?
It's the administrative centre of the city and where all the major headquarters are.
Ew.
And like she's got like most of us out on errands now. You must have noticed there's barely any of us here.
She even sent Mum out. She can't be doing errands at her time of life.
It's unheard of to send out a Coven leader to... Something's going on and I don't like it. But then again, what isn't going on with the whole summit coming up and like...
Yeah. And the rumours I've heard are true. I'm guessing that the Queen is not uninvolved in the events that caused the summit.
I'm not getting into that talk. You know how bad it ends up.
Alright, does Project Purify ring any bells?
Oh, isn't that what that crazy man was working on? I think the smugglers supplied him. That science guy.
Ah, what were you supplying to him directly then?
You'd have to speak to the smugglers, really?
Does
Okay.
have logbooks?
It's always good to have ledgers. You can always burn a ledger if you need to,
Yeah, but, you know,
but keeping track of debts is very important.
come on, it's... You know we try and keep a hands-off approach to this. They can
Right,
smuggle how they
so-
want, they just have to pay the tithe
Hmm.
to use our cove.
Hmm.
Alright, so you witches are pretty good with, like, omens and stuff, right?
Not really my department. Oh, it's mine! Kes. Kes jumps up. I can also read your entrails.
Blood witches, classic.
We can skip that, but, do black and white feathers have a specific meaning in a dream that involves conflict?
Good and evil? Also, you haven't had
They're
that
in the
yet.
exact same place.
Oh, right.
That's
A
tonight.
future dream.
Future dream. I'll ask this tomorrow morning again. I have...
Okay.
You heard nothing.
Thanks for the pep talk. I'll dream about that later on.
Oh. Right. Isa, isn't it about that time again? Oh, yes, right. I'll be back in a minute. She
Where's
steps
she
out.
off to?
Oh, we've been having trouble with one of the locals.
Which
one?
local? Wait.
A weird, eccentric man
Short.
who keeps... Yeah? Fancy
Big
hat?
hat?
Yeah.
I'll go take care of
Leave him
this.
to us.
There's a...
I'm
Aha!
gonna get
I've come to end your tyranny! And then a thwack. And a thump.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, no, she's what we call a fist witch.
I'm like,
Good to
Oh,
see
yeah.
Gerald
Fifth
again.
witch.
There is
A
now an
punch.
unconscious Gerald outside.
But are there any sandwiches?
Yeah. Right over there.
Also, after this, meet me in my room. There's something you need to know.
Do you guys just let Gerald go each night, or...
He's harmless. I'm
I
guessing.
mean,
He wasn't around here when I was last here, so...
the main problem is he doesn't actually know where the buildings are, so he keeps swinging into them, and then we just have to punch him when he lands.
How'd they even find the cave?
I don't know.
Hmm.
He come in through the cave or the hatch?
No, he comes from above. Just in general.
He just...
He
Pops
comes
into
when you
existence.
least expect it.
He phases through the cave.
The big problem
ceiling.
in his personal life.
Yeah,
He smells evil, and he just goes through it.
except he really can't smell evil.
Can Gerald
Anyway.
smell?
The
Sure
night
his
rolls
nose
on
doesn't
unless
work.
people want to ask questions.
I mean, I haven't had the first dream, or the second dream, but I have had another dream.
Yes. Tell us more about this other dream.
So, what can you tell me about prophetic? Prophetic? Prophetic?
Prophetic.
Close enough.
Okay. prophetic dreams. Stuff that involves, terrorist attacks on buildings that happen the next day, and big evil men sitting with big black birds as I'm little bird eating me.
You might
Wait, so
have
the
to
big
go
black
into a
bird is
bit more
eating you?
detail.
Alright, so
Tell you what. It's probably
I'm
not
a
so easy to
bird.
describe it in front of everyone. Why don't we discuss this later?
Do not fuck my sister.
I mean, I was about to be said. Oh, I'm...
Hello.
Hello there.
Yes, let us talk about dreams.
Classic pickup line. Ah, who am I kidding?
If it's,
I can't
if it's
stop
good
her
old
sleeping
Buff
with anything.
Slucken, then,
There was a D100 involved. I rolled a 94.
Actually, I'm
Yes!
going to turn to her and say,
Check
Don't
if
break
he
his
has
pelvis.
a belly button.
Wait, what?
What do you think I am, sister?
a literal prostitute.
Oh, I missed you. I'm back. You can see her come in, dragging.
Wait, where is Alfarian?
You have control of him. You can drag him in.
Alright,
We have a bard
Alfarian,
here.
get down here! I want to show you off.
Sure.
Showing off my handsome elf.
Ah, there he is.
Oh god, I'll just keep appearing on this place.
It's not your
Oh
property.
my.
It's just being paid.
This is Aahi's boy toy.
I'm what now?
He's like
Yeah,
200.
you know what you are.
Nice.
Ah, she nudged you. Don't worry, they'll cave eventually.
Yeah, cave.
That's good. We're in a cave.
Thank you, Seth!
So,
Elena's just gonna facepalm.
God.
family reunions aside,
Let's see, do we have anything else?
do you have anything else you want to ask?
How is Mum in general? How
she's
did
not
she
getting
take
any
me
younger.
leaving?
Oh, she was absolutely furious. Absolutely.
Yeah, she didn't drown anyone again, did she?
Does it count if it was most of the way?
I mean, yeah.
What
Anyway,
is
As long
fine?
as long as they can walk away within a day afterwards, it's okay.
Anyway, that's why Eskar took over the smuggling business.
Okay.
So,
And how's this new girl shaping up? Nell.
Oh, she's got a strong will.
Yeah, she needs a stronger will. I managed to put her to sleep.
Oh, she's like 4 months in.
Yeah. But why don't we test you? I cast slumber on Kess.
The spell she has prepared on her to stop any slumber working triggers.
it's the anti-Aahi spell.
Okay, then a curse attacks. I cast slumber again.
Second instance of the spell pops. Prepare.
It wasn't an accursed text last time she saw me.
She just stares at you.
Very good, very good.
Really, sister?
But how about... No, wait, I'm out of spells for the day,
Yeah, no,
more or
wait.
less. I have a bunch of first level. I'm not sure that'll do
For
it.
reference, Alfarian's 152.
Yeah, so Alfarian is more than double my age.
Ah.
I
Alright
got
then.
another question.
Oh, okay.
I feel there has been an increase in the interest in lichdom lately.
What?
Yeah, has anybody been asking around?
Looking.
I mean, I know we
possibly
don't have
ordering-
any, like, actively practicing necromancers in Coven.
Maybe
I
but-
think I
ordering
saw people
materials?
smuggling in a coffin at one point.
By chance know where that was headed?
I don't know.
We'll ask the ledgers. By which I mean, we may have to beat up Eskar. Just throwing it out there.
Eskar suddenly stops outside as his instincts start kicking in.
What if I just
Oh,
promise to
no.
not bother his clients anymore?
Not again!
Do we have any bits of no longer working Tesmeri power armor so we can pretend to be a client? I think I have bits of no longer working Tesmeri android.
What if we just really send our hate towards Tannic and hope he somehow responds?
I know. Let's throw down the Tannic beacon.
In the Lord
No.
Protector beacon?
What?
Lord Protect. Oh no, wait, yeah, the Lord Protect beacon.
That is such a bad idea. I
I'm
cannot
pretty
even
sure
begin to
Seth gave
describe
it
how
back
bad an
anyway,
idea that
so.
is.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
it-
sure that was a weapon.
If we meet Maida, we can nuke
Yeah,
Maida.
no, it will cause him to fire on the position, but I'm
well.
fairly certain you gave it back, didn't you? Or did you?
I don't.
Might
Also,
not have.
Doesn't Luna have
I think.
it?
No, Seth has it.
No, Seth
is-
has it. Yeah.
So,
Okay, well then we still have that. Okay.
And he's in town.
night arrives.
Not yet. I think we'd notice if he was in town.
Alright.
Anyway, it's getting very late,
Very well.
and your sister
I
still wants to talk to you
Shall
in
go
private.
see Kess. I shall shoo Logan away from the room.
I will talk out of session. I got a feeling.
You, well, this is not going to go as interestingly as you think it will. Or perhaps it'll be more interesting. Anyway, I will discuss what you discuss privately later
Right.
with everyone
Interesting in this live
involved.
stream.
And you're all given accommodation.
Hey.
Bells!
It's mostly hammocks, I'll be honest.
And the morning comes. Some of you dream,
I've reached a hammock. Oh, yeah.
some of you don't remember when you got to sleep. Or, in fact, how you got into this hammock. But
One of the witches will levitate Seth into
you
the hammock.
all wake in the morning. Can I get an acrobatics
Seth can
roll
no
from
longer
Seth?
escape the hammock.
Ah, joke's on you. My acrobatics is unrivaled.
Surely he's escaping from ropes, so it's an escape artist roll.
So Seth has gotten tangled in the hammock in the night.
-1?
He rolls it at -6.
Jeez. Okay.
So Seth is
That armor's heavy.
Seth is currently cocooned in the hammock.
You're sleeping in the armor?
I mean, I probably would have taken that off. I
Right.
rolled a 5. There you go.
Anyway, it is morning.
Morning. Holy shit, Seth, what are you doing?
I'll spin Seth's hammock around until he just flops out of it.
And it is time.
good?
I miss Feather Bed.
You slept on a bed made of feathers? That's fucked up.
The prophecy
I
has
still
come
can't
true.
hear the music.
Anyway,
Were those feathers black and white?
Oh,
Oh.
oh, sorry. There's something that needs to happen during the night because you're all in one place, which is very visible. Can I get a perception roll from every party member?
Right. Come on, Luna, roll something good. Yes, Luna, thank you.
And Seth notices absolutely nothing.
Seth rolls -12 perception.
Well,
Seth
he
is
was
busy
in
having
a
a very
cocoon of rope.
intimate dream about the Emperor.
Oh,
Oh
no.
wait,
Ew.
didn't Seth have? Didn't Seth
Wait,
have
so
a
he was
small
Give
bound
me
up
your
in a rope
lance.
hammock and having an intimate dream about the Emperor.
So, someone rolled a crit success, so you will notice something happen during the night. And I have no idea whether we can do this now, or
Uh-oh.
I'll give you the gist of it, but we can do the details later.
Hell,
Sven, the Witch Queen, turns up and kills us all.
she named herself after fucking mythology, Hella?
Her full name is Hellasven.
Okay.
And
Did I just
don't
spot
think-
Screek?
I don't know if she named herself. He's older than at
Time
least
itself.
2 of the living gods, so.
Then I think everyone should name themselves. That way you get way better names.
And my son Spider-Man has never regretted it.
You have a son?
No! What?
He has 4.
Aahi having children is a horrifying mental image.
Especially if she thinks she's got to lay eggs.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, she doesn't lay eggs. So
Are
that
they not
means
counted as her
she.
children.
But clearly, she knows that sex exists. Why she wouldn't be trying to
But she doesn't get
get
it.
with Altharian.
I mean, I feel like she.
So
would
it seems
try
like
anyway.
she's an unexpected pregnancy waiting to happen, basically.
Oh god, yeah, she doesn't use conscription, does she?
Oh yeah.
Conscription?
Or, yes, she's not
I mean,
conscripted yet.
Actually, she does use conscription. That's how we have Altharian.
Fuck, god.
Did you see that whisper, by the way?
Contraception.
That's-
I did,
yeah.
yes.
He doesn't use protection.
I mean, I'm not
I guess-
sure she's ever actually had the event to need to, judging
I mean,
by
is
her
Al-
serial
over-
failures.
Is Alfarian sterile?
What?
What?
The Tenth Mary sterilize all of their city guards, as a matter of course.
Can we roll for Alfarian sterility?
Okay. Book of Erotic Fantasy. Let's work out whether there is a good match between Undine and.
I don't know if there's a fertility.
I don't think
table.
Undyne is in there.
Nah.
I mean, Undyne
but
would just be some
I
sort
think
of
there's
outsiders.
plain
You'd go
touch.
with that.
Yeah, native outsiders.
Can we not bring that
They're
book into
generally
this
pretty
matter?
good, but on the
Too
other hand,
late,
elves
I'm finding it.
No.
Elves are like,
No.
not at all. Like elves have such low percentage chances.
Wait, James, is the Book of Erotic Fantasy canon to your world, or do you use your own rules?
Yeah, in that case, you need to
Technically,
tell us
the
your
book
rules.
is the rules.
Oh,
That's slightly disappointing. Aahi is probably going to be fine with Elfer.
oh, so then we have coitus interruptus as a. I think it was coitus interruptus.
Excuse me, I need to pretend this didn't happen, so I'm just going to focus on something different for a while.
This deletus was the joke one, right? That one's not real.
That one's not real, as
Okay,
far as
okay.
I remember.
They're not that
That's
political.
In fact, we need more banjo.
Oh my god, you can have more than one thing playing at once.
Yup.
Hear it.
It's chaotic right now. Let's just say that much.
Why can't I hear it?
Love and sex between player characters.
No!
That's a different thing.
Yeah,
We
no,
just
Alfarian is
burn
not a
this
player
book
character
forever.
yet.
I've tried. This book has caused
Many a time.
nothing but trouble every time it's emerged.
Yeah, I'm just going to be right
And
back. real quick while
Alex
you
is
guys do
involved
this.
every time.
Okay, so we have to
I'll take a
ask.
screenshot of the
Has-
crossbreeding table.
Yeah, has Aahi done it with Alfarian?
No.
No.
No? Okay.
Not
Here.
for lack of trying.
This is the table.
He's too much of a professional.
You'll have to decide which one of these are his.
Is it PG-13?
Probably Merfolk closest relation.
It's a table It doesn't have any images or
Okay.
any explicit text.
The important
just
It's
part
hot row on column action.
is
though.
How
the
can
lack
you
of-
maybe be able to crossbreed? Where
Well,
is there
it's just a
uncertainty in this?
It just reduces chance of conception by 30%.
Why
I would
would
assume we just look
bugbears
at
breed
Merfolk
with
or
I mean, I
Slash
think
Swanky
things
Frog.
like dwarf and giant is only a maybe if you can work out a way for that to work mechanically.
I like how nymphs
physically.
can breed with everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Merfolk and elves can indeed get it on and have children.
Nice.
If we go with that as Aahi's.
We could make an aquatic elf.
For all intents and purposes, a plain touched is a human with a few extra traits.
Then you're still fine.
Yeah.
I think that makes it more likely.
Yeah.
Oh
You don't.
fuck. Okay, so where do Samsarans fall in this? Are they
Okay,
also
I'm
just
back.
humans?
Samsarans
Has the
have
book
human
been
children.
put a-
Yeah,
Has the book been
Samsarans
put away
are
yet?
just blue humans.
Alright, so what can
Until
Sef
they
do
die.
with?
We're scaring Puppet, guys.
I'll put the other table into a campaign Discord.
Alright, I'm sorry, Al, you cannot fuck a bugbear.
Oh no, whatever will I do?
But
Yeah, elves are
Their
5%.
streams have been crushed.
It's a little bit early. I'm calling a
But
break.
I'd be the one getting pregnant.
You know,
so...
while you guys do, okay, I'm gonna go put a record on while you guys argue over this.
Yeah, so we will
Record.
be right back.